Hello, humanity. My name is Brian James Hildebrand, with the glasses come off, here to give you a fictional biography of one of the characters from my novels. Today we're going to be talking about the Renegades, specifically their leader, Claire O'Sheen, also known as the Sparrow. Claire has lived her entire life in the realm of heroes. Her mother, Brenda O'Sheen, has been the leader of the Hero Society for as long as it has existed, and it has existed for 15 years. And since Claire is only 16 years old, she doesn't remember a time when the Hero Society didn't exist. And even if she did, her mother has been a hero for almost 30 years, so she wouldn't remember her mother being anything else anyways. Claire has trained her entire life to be a hero. From age 4, she knew the secret identities of some heroes, and she knew that you never, ever tell anyone. She has grown up being groomed to be the next generation of heroes. In fact, her mother would even tell her that it was Claire's destiny to one day become the new leader of the Hero Society. And this meant rigorous work and study. Claire has been enrolled in dozens of martial arts, which she has mastered. She's a black belt in dozens of martial arts. She has taken dozens of courses on gymnastics and acrobatics of all kinds. She is, through all of this, such a skilled martial artist and such a skilled gymnast that now that she is 16, she is a prime candidate to enter into the Olympics. She is Olympic caliber in her physical fitness. She's also, she was also pressured into being a brilliant scientist. I mean, the tech that she uses in the books, her jetpack, her ice pellets, and an assortment of other gear that she has, are all invented by her. I mean, it's admittedly nothing compared to what some of the other heroes have, but make no mistake, Claire is smart. She's got a reasonably solid scientific background. In fact, probably better than most people have until they're a few years through university, if not a lot more than that. She's also being trained to develop a keen tactical mind and learn how to use the people around her and how to make strategies based on the skills she knows that her people have. Her mother was essentially training her to not just be a member of the Hero Society, but to lead them, not just morally, but tactically. Because that's what her mother cares more about, leading people tactically. Um, One of the hardest things that has ever happened in Claire's life was 1 year prior to the start of the series, when the big Hero Society war with the Villains Coalition happened, because in that fight she lost her father. Tyler O'Sheen, also known as Shift, was one of the other founding members of the Hero Society. His powers were, as you can probably guess, a lot of shape-shifting, and he died in the fight with the Villains Coalition a year ago, and that still bothers Claire to this day. She feels that if she'd been better, maybe she could have helped more, maybe her father would still be alive. Claire puts a lot of pressure on herself to be the best, especially because she tends to feel that she is trying to be she's essentially an ordinary human trying to stand as an equal to gods. In which I mean that, there are so many people in the world who have been given power after the incident of the alien invasion 15 years ago, and she kind of resents people who have that level of power because she has always felt that, I've had to work hard my entire life to have a level of power that still makes it that someone who was blessed or gifted with this extra power is still stronger than she is. And that really frustrates her and makes her work even harder to be the greatest hero there is, and that she focuses on developing her tactical skills and being able to direct people and strategize, because for all the power a person has, it means nothing if you can't strategize properly. At least that is what Claire tells herself. Now, before Claire became one of the Renegades, she was not known as the Sparrow. She was the Osprey, sidekick to another one of the founding members of the Hero Society, Rush. And I've had a few people actually ask me why she wasn't her mother's sidekick instead of being, Rush's sidekick. And the answer is that they didn't want her mother to be too easy on her, because the Hero Society as a whole has a say in this. Although, to be completely honest, her mother would have been a lot harder on her than Rush was. But it was also because Rush is one of the fastest people in their world, arguably the fastest. He's kind of a jump in, have fun, action loving kind of hero, and he doesn't always think things through. So having Claire as his sidekick was more like Claire was the brains behind the operation, figuring out what the criminals were up to, coming up with plans that Rush was more than willing to go along with. So in a way, her sidekick days with Rush were all about her learning more tactical awareness than about her being in the field as much as she would have liked. She honestly still resented it and would occasionally go out and try and fight crime on her own, because she's very stubborn and persistent like that. And overall, Claire has lived her entire life believing that she's supposed to be the leader, not just a member of the next generation of heroes, but the leader of the next generation of heroes. And that belief is so strong in her that even now that she's been rejected by the Hero Society, that she is a member of the Renegades, even now she still believes that that dream is going to come true, although she's not overall willing to admit it. She has a very strong sense of right and wrong, and in a world where things are a bit more shades of gray than the black and white she would like, Claire, out of all of the heroes, is the one who has the toughest time accepting that sometimes the heroes aren't doing the best things, and sometimes the villains aren't completely bad. She struggles with that more than any of the other heroes. She is far too accustomed to trying to see the world in white and black when it's not that simple, and that is her biggest struggle, because when it comes to fighting, she knows what she's doing. She's a tactical expert, and all in all, Claire O'Sheen, aka the Sparrow, is the leader of the team because she knows how to work with heroes, and she won't settle for anything less than being the absolute best. This has been another fictional biography by Brian James Hildebrand. Okay, well, I guess it was the first one. But anyways, we are done now. Goodbye, humanity.